Thank you, Bert, for your generosity in the super chat. Yes, I'll keep it up. If you like the channel, please subscribe and also don't forget to tap on the notification button, bell, in order for you to be notified when I'm online or when I post a video. And also give me a thumbs up, that will help me a lot as well. You know, I did not think about this until last evening. I was playing with YouTube and I saw a video about, I saw a video that Trump basically not nominated and confirmed about, and have, Mitch McConnell confirmed about 10 or 15 judges to the bench, to the federal bench. And at least 10 in Florida. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember the numbers exactly. So, but don't quote me on that, but it's around there. In any event, these people, I feel, do you guys remember when I used to say to you that Trump would position ignorant people or unqualified people throughout the government, and he was doing it. Kash Patel and a couple of other people he placed at DOJ. All those dumb judges, because most presidents, when they nominate a judge, they make sure the person is qualified. And one of the attorneys that was nominated, I don't remember her name, but she's in Florida. And now, if you guys want the link to that video, let me know. I'll post it where this was explained. One of the senators, Feinstein, in fact, said in her 27 years in the Senate, she has never seen someone nominated to the bench with not qualified from the American Bar Association. In any event, giving that background, what I wanted to say to you guys, those judges, intuitively I feel, I didn't realize it because, I'm not an expert. I didn't, all I knew intuitively was Trump was going to spread unqualified people all over the government. Their loyalty is not going to be to the Constitution, to the Constitution. It's going to be to him. So he was doing the same thing as well with judges. I was paying attention to, let's say, for example, the head of the FBI, DOJ, put people in those key positions. I did not think about those judges at all until last night. I realized how important it is to have the right type of judges. Like we found out, the Judge Cannon gave him a pass, and I will give you a little bit more about intuitively what I get about that. But all those judges that Trump placed in Florida, it wasn't only to try to keep him in power, but if anyone in his family, since he lives in Florida, all he has to do was go to them or bring the case in front of them. He knows he's going to get a favorable outcome. Now, we will go to Judge Cannon. Like I have said, I've spoken about that judge at least 3 or 4 times. No, at least 3 times, I believe. Okay, and it's on video. So the point is, guys, do you guys remember I've always said nothing happens in a vacuum when it comes to Republicans, and also the 1% of the 1% in Mitch McConnell and company couldn't care less if Trump became president again or if he stayed in office. No, Trump is not going to become president again. I'll bet every single penny I have, Trump is done. But the point I'm trying to, I don't want any, that is to prevent anyone from, telling me, I'm saying Trump is going to become president again. The thing is, we heard about that Leonard Leo guy, okay? He is not only feeding names to McConnell and the Trumps of this world that help in the corruption of our justice system. It's not complete, but Trump has caused some damage. It's not only about our national security, but it's also about our judicial system, the way our government is run, because he still has his minions all over government that need to be ferreted out. That's not accomplished yet. But the point I'm trying to make is, after I looked at that video on YouTube last night, and I realized I missed something, which was the judicial system. Okay? And also, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Yes, I will know if somebody is bad or good the minute I see you, but I'm not going to go, undo your reputation. The point I'm trying to make is that woman, Judge Cannon, do you remember, guys, I said she watches TV and she's paying attention to what other people say, but at the same time, she's trying to placate Trump and others because she's terrified of MAGA. She doesn't want, her life threatened or that of her family. But that's it. Her life is not going to be threatened, but her reputation is trashed now as an idiot. But what I'm trying to say is, this woman is in communication with other conservative lawyers. According to people, I didn't read the whatever, decree she put out because it's lawyer's lingo, and I'm not going to take the time to read this thing. It's about 24 to 30 pages long. I'd probably have to read every paragraph 2 or 3 times to understand the lawyer's lingo. Okay, so I didn't read it, but I'm listening to people like Weissman and others who are credible people, and they are very bright. According to them, that document she produced, that order she sent out, is a word salad, and it's confused and it doesn't make sense. But the reason why I'm saying this, I'm bringing this up, is because based on what I hear from people like Weissman and others, and to degree I still feel she's trying to play both sides, but give more to the Trump side. And this document did not happen because she just decided that's what she was going to do. It feels like, to me, there is more at play here than we know about. And I've always been saying this for a very long time. There is a lot going on behind the scenes that we are not aware of. And that's what's going on with this judge and many others. People, although they know Trump is not going to will not become president again. It's a farce. The notion that Trump is going to run and, he's going to do, how is he going to become president again? Okay. But I feel it's still part of the GOP trying to change our form of government. They have these people in key positions, and if Trump successfully corrupt our judicial system, we are in trouble. I mean, we can, we, the voters, we have more power than we think we do. And people are a lot smarter than we give them credit for. And I will explain why I am saying this, because it has to do with something that I just read a little while ago. But they are seeing through all those shenanigans. The people at the Trump base, believe me, guys, they will not change. Or the only thing that will change them, and even that, some of them will still resist if something bad happens to someone in their families, or they realize they've been cheated, and even that too, some of them will just be passive. Keep getting, just like the Russians are doing right now. But the Russians do not have it's not the same society at all. The Russians are used to their form, being oppressed, so that they've learned how to cope, and they deal with it. It's not going to happen in America. And yes, if the GOP were to be successful in changing our form of government, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I don't see how they were going to be able to hold it. And let me tell you, there would be a war. It wouldn't be a civil war. It would be a war against people at the top, the super rich. That's my prediction. I'm not promoting this. I'm saying intuitively, I feel. Okay? If GOP were to be successful at changing our form of government and treat the top 1% the way Trump is being treated right now, get away with everything. Oh yeah, there'll be a war, but it won't be a civil war. It will be a whole different type of war on politicians, because you see, they made a mistake. There is something with they have a fetish with guns. Everybody, you can go out and buy a gun. They don't understand that's going to be their demise. They think right now they can use the few people in their base to threaten the rest of us, like they're doing. From what I understand, someone asked me a question about the library, a bunch of people walking with weapons and they're threatening people. The insurance got canceled because of that. I'll talk about that another time. They think this is going to continue. But anyway, this is a very short-sighted approach to solving anything. But that's what Republicans think they're going to do. It's going to fail. It's not going to work. But to me, and I've been getting this for a very long time, if they were to succeed in changing our form of government, it wouldn't be pretty. It may take 5 to 10 years for things to bubble up. But Americans are not going to be passive as Russians are and North Koreans are. We are not used to it. Yeah. I hope they change their minds. But I don't see that happening. I don't see them succeeding. Okay? They've come close, and they're still trying. But intuitively, I feel like saying things are turning against them, because I feel if Democrats continue, hopefully Trump will continue to go hold those stupid rallies, turn off reasonable, independent, and Republicans, and they will join with Democrats and save this country. I feel that's what's coming. Okay? But the point I'm trying to make is that judge is not acting alone. And I've said this many times here. Nothing and among Republican leaders and their enablers or people they've put in positions, okay, happens in a vacuum. They all talk. There is a group of people at the top, as we heard not too long ago. There is that billionaire who gave that guy Leonard Leo 1.5 billion or somewhere around that number to do his bidding for him. All these people have a say. They are living in a vacuum somewhere, okay, and they are directing others. Well, whatever religion they are, they don't think women should have autonomy over their bodies, okay. Well, I want this illegal. Well, I want conservative judges here and there. Yeah, I don't want to pay taxes. I am above all these people. Taxes are for little people, like that woman from New York City. I forget her name, Leona something. I forget I forget her last name now. That hotel magnate from Manhattan. They would be in for a rude awakening, but this time I feel they're going to lose. It's not going to work. Americans are not used to being treated like Chinese are treated, Russians are being treated, North Koreans, among other dictatorship countries. Yeah, we would have big problems. I don't think they are seeing that. I don't think they recognize that. But that judge, I don't feel anything is going to happen to her. She's being humiliated in public. Can you imagine you're a judge? And they're saying to you, you can't even properly write something, a decree, something like, whatever it is she put out there asking. They're basically saying she doesn't know the law and she can't write. That would not make me feel very good about myself. But then again, hey, she knew what she was getting into. She knew she knows she's not qualified. She knew she wasn't qualified then, and everyone, was talking about it. I remember. Okay. But intuitively, I don't feel this happened in a vacuum. There's a lot more here than meet the eyes. I don't like to talk or say things if I don't feel it's going to come out. But when this is going to come out, not because of this judge, other stories are going to shed light on what I am saying. At some point down the line, maybe after the midterm. Okay? But I don't see this judge getting into herself into any bad situations right now. But I feel like saying at some point, some of those, it's going to take time. Some of those people that are not qualified, that Trump placed in key positions, a lot of people are thinking about those, and government are thinking about these things already, how to get rid of them. Because the title of that video I mentioned earlier, I thought it was an amazing title as well. I'm not quoting it directly, but it's saying that, how is it that we have these incompetent people in key positions to make decisions for this country, for the entire country? And they gave an example that the judge, not Cannon, another one another Trump appointee, okay? She's the one who lifted the mask mandate. So all those things, sooner or later, and I'll tell you guys, I don't feel Thomas, is going to be in that court for very long. But a lot of people are going to be in for review. I don't know how many ways they have to remove those judges or if they just quit. Something is going to happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen like this year or the next year. It's going to take time because it's going to take some work to remove these people, to ferret them out. But what we are seeing, and we just had a shocking example this past, was it Saturday? Or Monday while I was streaming. No, it was Saturday. I don't remember exactly. I was surprised when I heard that she gave the special master for the entire thing whatever was taken from Mar-a-Lago, because I was expecting either nothing, and the reason why I was getting either nothing or she will do a partial is because I could tell she was talking to people, and I mentioned that she's watching TV and she's talking to people about the case. Okay. But I feel like saying people like her, some way, somehow, they'll be pushed out. I don't know how the judicial system works, how to get rid of dead weights, incompetent people. But when I focused on her last night, what she's going through today, it seems like she has a nice, I don't know if it's a house, I'm not seeing the outside. She has a pretty plush, nice looking place, but she is not very happy in it. I'm seeing her sitting in the living room. There's a little girl running around. I don't know if she has any kids or if it's a family, because I can confuse relatives, but she was not very happy. And I feel those treatments, among other things, is going to make a big difference when it comes to those incompetent people, because they like to be respected. They want to, yes, it's they know what they were getting into. They took it. It's just like a lot of people. They give you a job, you're not qualified, but you're gonna take it and do stupid things until they fire you, or they change the boss to put you there. The boss retires, and you become exposed, and they get rid of you. So this is the same thing that's going to happen to these people. Trump is not going to become president. They're going to cause enough controversies, and they're going to sit there naked, and they do away with them. It's going to take a little while, but that's my prediction. And I saw Chris Matthews this morning on MSNBC. I think he's one of the greatest broadcasters when it comes to political analysis. That's why I thought I would mention him. He was talking about Trump and what's going on today. Okay. One second. Oh my God, I don't know what I did. But anyway, somebody's asking, I think I answered this already, if I see any change being made in government to deal with some of those people that Trump posts, in key positions. What I just said, I feel that's what's coming. I don't feel they're going to do much else. Electoral Storm is asking, is DJO leaving this year? From what I understand, I don't know if it's this year, but there are enough people on the board right now to get rid of him. That's what I heard. I've heard that a few weeks ago. So Joel Tilson says special master will be thrown out by a higher court. That's what I feel as well. But the way I'm getting DOJ, they are doing analysis. It seems like they don't have a choice, and all the people, amazing lawyers on TV, the people I consider being very smart and good, they said DOJ doesn't have a choice but to appeal that case. So, but it feels like to me they're looking for ways to not to let this stop them. Okay, they want to continue making headway with the case, but at the same time, they will. It feels like they're thinking about appealing, but I'm not. Tell you guys, it's 100%. They know they're gonna have to. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Maybe they're gonna do something else and then appeal the case. I'm not quite sure. It's kind of fluid. But what I know is at some point they will, because this has implication on other things. You know, as I'm saying, this has implication on other cases. I'm being shown the lady that was on MSNBC this morning talking about this. She said, this may not be as bad because not every, offenders who have a special master or who's asking for a special master will get one because they don't have executive privilege. This is so, there is so much to understand. I'm not going to pretend I know everything about it. All those I know what executive privilege is and all that stuff, but I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how it works. I can't sit here and give you guys an explanation. I'm sorry. All I know, Trump is going to lose. I don't care what he does. And that's why a lot of people, I understand everyone's frustrations. I'm frustrated too. I wish they would nail him this week. Unfortunately, there isn't anything I can do about it. So let's see what happens. Lima says, unless Cannon's order is reversed by appeal, appointment of a special master can take a long time, then he or she will take a long time to rule. Great delays and tactics. Yes, that is true. I've heard about that as well. Every time I think about all those things that Trump can employ to delay and do things, it's not going to help him. Won't help him at all. Trump, there is no choice. He will face the music. He can go out and incite violence all he can. People, like he went to Pennsylvania. How many people do you think in that crowd are going to go out and defend Trump? They can't even defend themselves. A couple? Okay. Because they clap when he says stupid things does not mean they're going to take to the street or defend him. I don't see it. And when Trump get indicted, a lot of people will stand inside their homes and start screaming and, fall down on their knees and praying, asking God. I thought this was the person you sent to represent, to change the world and to a QAnon world. What's happening? That's all. Nothing else. Okay. Let's see. Carol C is asking, I don't see this. I'm sorry, Carol. Carol says, when Trump is deemed illegitimate president, will all disappointment be deemed null and void also? Carol, I don't see the Trump presidency being deemed or declared illegitimate, to be honest. I wish it would, but I don't think so. And something? Who cares? We suffered 4 years under, his shenanigans. The important thing is for him to pay for the mess he made, he created, and the lies he continues to spread. And yes, he will pay. So, but I wish I could see it. I don't see this at all. I'm not going to tell you some story. Joel Tilson says Chief Justice Robert will throw the special master ruling out. it feels like that's what's coming. Okay, but DOJ has a lot of smart lawyers. A lot of, I'm sure that there are. I mean, there are all kinds of people at DOJ. They have some pretty bright people there who are there. They're not there for money. They are there because they are patriots. They are there because a lot of them have money in their families. They're not working for it. An example is there's a guy who's running for Congress in New York. I don't remember his name, but I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about. The guy is from the Levi's family. From what I understand, he was at DOJ. This guy wasn't waiting for the paycheck from DOJ. The paycheck can take care of him. And I saw him in his apartment once on TV. I'm like, I could tell it was New York City. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know who he was. But I could tell that apartment was not just one of the millions apartments that I've seen in New York City. That thing was what you can tell, when a decorator did those places. So, and then I heard he was related to the Levi's or people who had their own Levi's. I'm like, is it Levi's? I believe so, Levi's, yeah. So that's major money. Okay. Craig Dixon says he calls Trump Mango Unchained. All right, let's see. Wow, Johnny S says, I realize that, but they keep appealing up the line. He has jurisdictions over both Florida and Georgia if they appeal to the Supreme Court. Are you talking about Thomas? I didn't know that. I thought it was, well, I don't know. I heard he's in charge. I don't know. I'm repeating after experts that he's in charge of the 11th Circuit. So I don't know if Georgia is on the 11th Circuit as well. Is that what you're saying, Johnny? Yes? I'm just curious. I'm learning here. Something I didn't know. Okay, Shine Light says the appeal for special master goes to the circuit court, not to Clarence Thomas. Yes, I heard about that. The circuit court is the 11th Circuit, but from what I understand, Thomas is in charge of it, something like that, or they report to Thomas. He's the Supreme Court justice who deals with certs. I don't know what certs is, and other appeal arising from that circuit court. That's how limited my knowledge is about the courts. All right, let's see. CU Malik says, what about Vexelberg that the FBI raided? I mentioned that last week, his property in New York, Miami, and the Hamptons. It's not only him, I believe they raided someone else's as well. They all, remember guys, I told you there are things that are going on behind the scenes that we don't know anything about. This is all Trump related. Okay, they are looking for everyone with a Russian connection or anything to do with Russia, and you were at Mar-a-Lago and dealing with Trump. Okay. I don't know what that means. Seven Spring Estates in Upper New York. Okay, I have no idea what that means. Sorry about that. Ooh, I'm not going to touch this. I didn't know about that. Marilyn A says, I've gotten where I don't like Joy Reid either. She's too loud and takes everything up to 10 notches. Oh, Joy is funny. Oh my God. You know, it's the way she speaks sometimes. Yeah, she can be loud, but I like her intonation. I think Joy is, but she's, you know, she's pretty, you know, she's very smart. And I find her to be entertaining. So, it's, you know, she doesn't bother me very much. I don't feel she's the way she speaks. I wish I could learn a little bit from her because I think she's funny. I wish I could do a little bit, not the whole thing that she does, but I think she has a pretty good sense of humor. But these people have staffs behind them, and they do amazing things. Okay. Oh, yes. What I wanted to say, and I almost forgot to say it. I saw something on Twitter a little while ago that a lot of conservative moguls are buying. They got CNN, and from what I understand, Politico is owned by a conservative somebody. I don't know who that is. You know, I don't think these things are going to work very well for these people who are buying them, because, you know, guys, media is changing, and faster than those old fogies with billions of dollars to spread around can realize. And people are smart; they know when they are being lied to. People who listen to Fox want to be lied to, and some of them are older, they don't realize it. That's a whole separate issue. But if somebody thinks you're going to just follow blindly, and I think that lane is crowded, the Fox lane, I don't think it's going to work. Yes, they're still going to have, like, look at Fox, OAN. There is another religious channel that's in the same vein. Okay. OAN is scrambling. There is another one. I forget the name. I don't feel they're doing very well. And with Fox, it's a matter of time. I don't feel Fox is going to be. I feel at some point Fox is going to have to change format. Okay, because what they are doing is for money, and the people, and you know, the lawsuits they have coming. I feel it's going to be bigger than they realize. Okay, and that lawsuit is going to put some pretty nasty stuff that are taking place behind the scenes that a lot of us are not aware of. And let me tell you why. I found out this morning. I read an article that Judge Janine, one of her producers or somebody and her staff, wanted to keep her out of the air because she lied too much. And there are going to be a number of similar stories. I don't know if you guys read it, but I read it. I believe I read it this morning. Okay, so Fox has a lot coming. Let's see what happens. Okay, friends, thank you very much for spending time with me. Thank you, chat monitors, again for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilu.com. Or you can send me an email or call me in my YouTube number. We can negotiate a time that's good for both of us to talk. All those information are below the video. Please subscribe if you like the channel, and also don't forget to tap on the notification bell. And please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. Again, friends, thank you very much for spending time with me and for your support. I will see you all tomorrow, same time. I'll come back later if something major breaks, but I doubt it. So I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, bye.